was. Obviously those 3 wickets in the, was it 3rd or 4th over, damaged us quite a bit, and it was a shame actually because we got quite a nice little start there. And the way Samit Patel played the spin was also very encouraging. He looked class act out there, and if we could have just hung around and stayed with him, we know the last 4 or 5 overs can go for anything here because the ball just flies away. So yeah, I mean it's again, you look back and 10 minutes after the game, obviously really disappointed, and you can look at the missed opportunities, etc. But I think throughout the whole tournament we've not quite been good enough.
Did you miss a trick with Samit, do you think? I mean, he came in at 49 and really showed some class.
He showed some class, yeah, he did really well. And I mean, his big strength is the way he plays the spin and how he hits over the offside. And you saw he made some really good spinners go for a few runs tonight, and that's a huge positive for us, not just as a 2020 team, but as an England cricket side as well, going into the future, because he played really nice tonight. And you also have to look at the performance of someone like Finney throughout. He's been really good for us. He's taken, I don't know, 8 or 9 wickets in the tournament, and come here and done his role. He was asked to go and try and bowl fast with the new ball and take wickets, and he really did that well for us.
Stuart, overall, as a captain, with the players you had here, I mean, some experienced, some young, especially in the batting, do you think you did yourself justice as a team, as defending champions?
I think what you get with young guys is some days absolute brilliance and other days a bit of averageness. And I think as a team over the last 3 weeks we've probably shown that as well. I mean, it has been a learning experience for us, and looking at Collie's side, it took him 3 World Cups to win it. The experience of being involved in 3 World Cups to then find the formula to actually win it. And when we go to the next World Cup, whether it's in, I'm not sure when it is, 2 years or 4 years, we will have guys who have had the experience of playing in World Cups on the subcontinent. You know, you have to learn fast, because against world-class players that you face on the international scene, you, as I say, you have to learn fast because they can hurt you. And someone like Malinga, to get 5 wickets today, hurt us.
Stuart, could you just explain the thinking behind the 3 changes after winning a match? And you talk about trying to find the formula. Do you just sense that perhaps you didn't quite know what your best team was out here, and didn't quite know what the best formula was out here?
I think we had to adapt to the conditions and the wicket and opposition over here. It was very different to the Caribbean, where the wickets were all the same basically, and we could pretty much play the same team throughout and go for it. Conditions were different. The reason the team changed for the New Zealand game was Danny Briggs is an attacking option with the new ball in the first 6. Against Sri Lanka under lights, it was unlikely that a spinner was going to bowl in the first 6 with our seam attack. So I think the pitch definitely changes here under lights. It gets quicker compared to the day game. So you have to, it's almost horses for courses. You have to adapt. Keezy obviously missed out, which he'll be disappointed with. He's probably not had the 3 weeks he would have liked, and I'm sure he'll bounce back because he's a dangerous player for us. But obviously we hadn't had some very good starts in the past 3 weeks, and with a must-win game, we obviously wanted to try and rectify that.
Ravi back in, which he's had such a difficult time of play. He was a bit nervous about picking him, and obviously it didn't work out.
Well, I mean, Ravi batting at 6, obviously if we don't lose early wickets, he has a licence to go out and just play his shots. It didn't work out that way today, and it's hard to judge where a batsman is after 3 balls facing. But he also gave us that extra bowling option, which was useful. But yeah, I mean, obviously we didn't have enough players firing at the same time. I mean, I think I've said before, to win the 2020 World Cup, you only really need 2 batters to fire throughout and consistently, and we just haven't had that this trip. But we've had someone like Morgan showing his class, and Luke Wright has shown his maturity in the international scene again.
Stuart, you sort of touched on it already when you spoke about the potential you've shown here and there without putting it together. These are still sort of developing team, isn't it? Do you think these are the right cricketers when they're ready to win something?
Yeah, I mean the talent's certainly there. You see on the domestic scene, these guys are. I know like teletext doesn't last anymore, but if you go onto Crick Info or anything, you see these are the guys who are performing week in week out in domestic cricket. So it's a learning experience when you come into the international scene. We've got guys here who haven't played a lot of international cricket, and as long as we learn from that, we will develop. And it's very disappointing to have gone out, because I believe we do have the firepower in that changing room to go far. And coming to the ground today, knowing you could win 3 games and you win a World Cup, you're not that far away. It's sort of frustratingly close, if that makes sense. But also you look at the teams in the tournament. It's hard to pick a winner. Australia, they've got Watson, who's won every single Mallow match he's played in, and you look at the dangers of someone like Sri Lanka, and they'll be very hard to beat on their own surfaces.
Stuart, you obviously knew Lasith Malinga was a big danger for you tonight, but just how good was he?
Yeah, I mean, it's 2020 cricket, isn't it? He got a short and wide 1 call point, he got 1 caught mid-off, and he got a leg side that was missing 6 stumps. But yeah, I mean, he bowled really well. He bowls full and straight, and he showed his class that the IPL pay him millions for, and he obviously hurt us with those 3 wickets, but they weren't Jaffers, were they? It was one of those that we just managed to get out to them.
Stuart, what's your view on Sri Lanka having an official captain, Kumar Sangakkara, then having Mahela Jayawardene leading the side on the field? What's
Yeah,
your
I
view on
mean,
that?
it's to get out the trouble of over 8 bans, isn't it? So it's quite a clever use of the system, because they can't afford to lose someone like Jayawardene for a World Cup semi-final. So yeah, it's just a sneaky way to get past the ICC, I'd imagine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hey?
You've not thought of it?
No, I was just making the boys run round.